interfaith relationships. I'm talking about romantic relationships, I'm talking about business relationships, I'm talking about any kind of relationship. But how do we work? I'm Christian, you are Muslim, or you are Hindu, I am, whatever my faith is, I'm African tradition, whatever it is that tickles my fancy at the time. But can we be able to work together? That is the ultimate question. But perhaps I'll just knock it off with you, Pastor. Your view and your take from a Christian perspective of these kind of issues. Perhaps you touch on them at a deeper level. We find out your thought process. Is it something that can be changed? Some say you are unequally yoked because you're with somebody who's of a different religion or different faith, and here you are trying to work together, trying to work through a marriage together.
Wow, that's an interesting one, my brother. So once again, thank you so much for the opportunity, Chief Koti. I'm so delighted to be here. I'm so glad, Sam, and I really appreciate. So this thing of the interfaith relationships, it's quite a challenge. I wouldn't want to lie to you, because I myself, as a clergyman, as a Christian, as a pastor, as a believer, everything that I do, I refer to the Word of God. And looking...
The Word being the Bible.
The Word being the Bible, oh yes. So if we are to go to the book of Genesis, because the Bible has got 66 books in total. So the first book is the book of Genesis. We want to know, what does God think about the issue of interfaith relationship? So God himself, as the proprietor, as the creator of the heavens and the earth, he could not befriend Abraham. Abraham was a pagan. Before he was a believer, before he became a friend of God, our father in the Lord, our father in faith, Abraham, he was a pagan. He used to worship the sun, things like the moon, strange gods and everything.
Astrology and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
So God himself, understanding the merits and the demerits and the importance of interfaith relationships, he could not have a proper relationship with Abraham because of what Abraham used to believe in, because of the ways that Abraham used to walk in.
That particular faith. Do you still stand by this word, and perhaps just go a little bit deeper on that?
Well, I want to thank the pastor for mentioning the Bible. Well, the Bible, the Quran and the Torah, they're historical texts. So the people, the incidents he's mentioned, those are acts of history. So I'll agree on one thing, that throughout history, even in the Muslim community, there's always been friction between non-Muslims, Christians and Jews. And we still believe and you're asking me, now is it difficult? Well, times have changed. Now we realize that we're living in a world where we work together, we are dating, there's business involved. So you realize that at times we have to forfeit our religious, all our inclinations with, okay, you know what, I'm a Muslim, or he's a Christian, I'm not going to associate with him. Last week, the pastor and he invited me to a business seminar. He's a Christian, I'm a Muslim, but from the first time we met each other, we made a rapport, and we call each other, oh, how are you doing? And when I see him, I don't see him as a Christian. I see him as a being, as a human being. I don't know if he sees me. First I see him as a human being, then I was like, okay, he's a Christian, but that's how I navigate around life. And I'm sure that most Muslims, Jews in the contemporary world, they view people as people first before what religion they follow. So now we can't really say, okay, because he's a Christian or he's a Muslim, I'm not going to associate with him. I'm not going to work with him because he eats pork. I don't eat pork. Because bear in mind, I don't eat pork. I went to a mission school, a Christian mission school for 6 years. And I struggled with the diet. And even when I hang out with my friends, basically I'm the only one who doesn't eat pork. But we always find some sort of common ground. Okay,
you were
look.
never tempted to.
Exactly.
Do you know how nice a pork chop
Apparently,
is?
it's what they always say it's the best tasting meat. But
Of course.
we always try to navigate.
Yeah.
Because for me, I see a human being before I see a Christian or a Muslim.